Hello everyone, my name is AZZATRU, how are you? And welcome to another Star Wars Battlefront 2 news update video of mine, and this is just going to be a quick run through of what Dennis spoke about last night on Twitter and the Battlefront forums, because yesterday was a sad day for the community. A lot of people wanted the patch and were getting angry we did not have any information about this patch that is in the works. And there was a lot of bad Reddit posts, and there was a lot of negativity, and then in the evening, everything just changed. Dennis came back to Twitter and just gave us so many answers, so many teasers, which I really just want to see the real stuff in-game now, what he was teasing. But he also went to the forums to discuss a lot of things, and I'm just going to be breaking down everything he pretty much confirmed rather than teased, because there was a lot of teasing such as droidicas again and little things like that. So let's just get straight into the confirmed changes and updates for Star Wars Battlefront 2. So he did say that there was a few seasons that are pretty much more or less locked in terms of content, mainly related to when something big happens in a Star Wars movie or world, and then there is some that are going to mainly community requested stuff, which is good to hear, because there are going to be some seasons, I expected anyway, where we might not get stuff we want at all, but they're fun. A bit like the Outer Rim expansion. No one really wanted more Tatooine and Sulla stuff, and we also did not want Greedo and Ninum, but they turned out to be really, really awesome, especially the maps. Something that is really awesome for you arcade players is that all the multiplayer planets will be added to arcade in the next patch, which is currently in QA. They did confirm that it's currently in QA testing, so it's not very far off now, and whenever a new planet is added to the game, it will be available to be played in all core modes, including arcade, which is awesome. And it's something that should have been there from the start of the game, but at the end of the day, it's here, so better late than never. There will be an era select screen in the near future, and they're starting with Galactic Assault, so you'll be able to pick what era you want to play that mode. Remember when Dennis did mention that we're going to be getting small pieces of content to keep us occupied until the next season? Well, we might have some hints as to what some of that content might be. He said some maps from Battlefront 2015 will make their way into the game, which is awesome to hear, because there are some fantastic maps on Bespin and, you know, maps like Jabba's Sail Barge and Outpost Beta that would be awesome to play in the latest game. So we would just hope for those to be in the next patch, or not even necessarily the next patch, but in future patches before a new season does release. In terms of graphic options, they're looking to expand those. That also is going to fall into my next point, where Dennis said they are looking to add a FOV slider to consoles. There's just no time frame for that at the moment. They're also going to be allowing for a non-holographic look for the menu, and I actually made a video about this mod where it toggles all the holographic look of the models in the main menu and the spawn screens off, and they've listened and it is coming. Going back to some season content, they're going to vary quite drastically in terms of content. So Dennis said large drops would include planets and heroes, whilst others might be more focused on overhauls and new game modes specifically, and less about planets and heroes, which makes sense if they're a bit more frequent, but I just hope they sort of make people not get their expectations too high and expect loads of stuff every other month. Spectator mode will be coming in the future, but it's not a priority. Same goes for private matches, unfortunately. So you won't be seeing those within the next couple of months, I would say. There's also going to be more flying maps, not just necessarily ones in space. Yes, there are going to be more Starfighter Assault maps coming, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're all going to be in space. There's also going to be a fix for the delay between when a lightsaber hits and actual damage is registered to the other player. A minor fix, but something that is quite annoying for some people, is that some emotes for heroes just don't work properly. And also there's no more campaign content planned at this time. I highly doubt we'll ever get any more anyway. A lot of people have been asking to see Galactic Assault in arcade ever since the game released, to be honest, but there is not going to be no Galactic Assault. However, there will be bigger modes, according to Dennis, coming to arcade, which is awesome to hear. There's going to be a much more detailed customization options coming, which is good to finally hear that. And they also said that there might not be any heroes in some seasons. There might be more than 2. It honestly depends. I would be happy if we got, say, 4 heroes 1 month, and then a month and a half or 2 months later we got no heroes, providing we get good content. That balances it out. We've also been waiting for Jetpack Cargo because, well, it's February, we're a week into the month, and still no new game mode. But it's coming in the next patch. Lightsabers will actually get an update in terms of their look, so they'll look more like the previous game, which is good to hear. Now, let's talk about co-op and playing online with friends. So, in the original Battlefront game, you could play arcade content, well, what was arcade content for the first game, online with friends, and that is going to be added at a later date for this game, but there is no ETA, and an improved play with friends system that's not like a squad system is coming, but again, no ETA on that. And finally, Dennis did mention Conquest as a mode for Star Wars Battlefront 2, and as I expected, he did say that it wouldn't really work on the current maps, but we could see it in the future potentially. So if you're into that mode from the original game with some tweaks, then it could be coming to Star Wars Battlefront in the future. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like and check out any of the 2 previous videos on screen. Use the comment section below to discuss anything I've talked about. And I shall see you all in my next Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. Goodbye.